Horrifying stories are emerging from the victims of Sunday's mass shooting in Orlando, and new details as federal investigators track the killer's movements days before that massacre. What they're finding out is painting a very conflicting and troubling picture. CCTV's Steve Moore joins us live from Orlando. Steve, what is the latest on the victims?
Yes, good evening to you from Orlando. We heard that there was still painstaking work going on to save some of those that were hurt during this shooting. We heard today from surgeons that the death toll of 49 is likely to rise. Currently, there are 27 patients still being treated in hospital. 6 of them, we understand, are still in critical condition. 16 of them are stable. Heartbreaking stories from some of those that survived the shooting at the Pulse nightclub behind me, including Patience Carter. She was here in Orlando on vacation with a friend's family.
He said, "Hey, you," to someone on the floor inside the bathroom and shot them, shot another person, and then shot another person who happened to be directly behind me, who I'm told through the eyes of Tierra that shielded me with their own body to make sure that I wasn't hit.
The FBI today, we got some interesting details on the investigation. We understand we're talking to Omar Mateen's wife. She's giving them some insights into perhaps what happened. They're looking towards possible charges against her. We understand, according to media reports today, it's believed that she dropped him off at the Pulse nightclub and then possibly tried to talk him out of the attack. We also heard that apparently Omar Mateen's wife said he was only radicalized within the last month or so. Details also emerging that the shooter may have scouted other possible locations in the Orlando area, including the iconic Walt Disney World, which is often believed by security officials to be a soft target when it comes to possible terrorist activities. So it's been a very busy day for investigators. They're also looking at 2 cell phones and a computer belonging to Omar Mateen to try to figure out whether or not they could determine or narrow down, should we say, a motive for this attack.
Steve, Donald Trump made a fiery speech on Monday, and many would call that speech inflammatory and provocative. And he again called for his ban on Muslims entering the United States. On Tuesday, we heard from President Barack Obama. What did he have to say about that?
Yes, really, the political fallout for this is taking shape in Washington, and President Obama came out with a blistering attack against Donald Trump for his ban, his call again for a ban on U.S. Muslims entering the United States. Or for foreign Muslims entering the United States. You might remember that earlier on in the campaign, he made a similar call, but Donald Trump has doubled down on that demand, calling for a shutdown of immigration to the United States by Muslims. We can hear President Obama's reaction here.
We now have proposals from the presumptive Republican nominee for President of the United States to bar all Muslims from emigrating to America. We hear language that singles out immigrants and suggests entire religious communities are complicit in violence. Where does this stop?
From Donald Trump's main opponent in this presidential election, the presumptive Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton. She went on the offensive against Donald Trump for somehow alluding to President Obama somehow having sympathies towards the Islamic State terrorist group. Of course, that report led to the Washington Post having their credentials to cover the Trump campaign being revoked, which has also sparked condemnation from both journalistic organizations and political organizations. So certainly Donald Trump, although his comments are very controversial, once again at the center of the political discussion after this tragedy in Orlando.
Indeed. Steve Moore, thank you so much.